seller on a real estate contract, once the contract gets set up at Sunwest Escrow, you may wonder what I'm going to get, what happens then. Well, we send you a welcome package, and this is an actual welcome package that a seller gets. And I just want to go over each thing that's in there so you kind of understand it. If it's something a little complicated, we'll have a separate video explaining it in detail. But you get a welcome letter just saying, thank you for your business, we appreciate it. It tells you what documents we're holding. Typically, it would probably be a real estate contract and deeds. Read that carefully and make sure you understand it. If you have any questions, feel free to call our office and ask about it. The next thing you get is an escrow servicing policy statement, and there will be a video on our webpage that will explain every detail of this policy statement, so I won't go over that now. But this is basically the rules that the escrow company and you are going to abide by. The next thing you'll get will be a late notice request. A lot of times, you know, people have their payments just come in directly to an account or something, and they don't realize that their buyer hasn't made their payments yet. So we offer a free service that if you'll give us your email address on this form, give us your account number, tell us what day you want us to let you know, we will send you an email just letting you know that the payment hasn't been received yet. So that's kind of a nice service that we do, and that's just for free. Just notifies you that, hey, we haven't received your payment yet, you might want to call your buyer and let them know or talk to them about it. The next thing, and this is the second to the last thing here, we have a direct deposit authorization. If you want to have your monthly check or whenever you get your payments just directly deposited into your account, we can do that with this form. You give us your Sunwest account number, you give us your bank name, your bank address and phone number, the routing number and the bank account number, and let us know if it's checking or savings. And then you print your name, sign and print your name, and send this in to us. If you want to send us a voided check to make sure that you have the right number for the routing number and stuff, that makes it that much better. So if you do that, then we can automatically deposit your payment into the account. Now it typically takes 3 days. We get a payment. If it's less than $5,000, we would disperse that payment immediately, but it takes 3 days for some reason to go through the Federal Reserve System and stuff. So if we get a payment on the 1st, you can look for it in your account by the 4th. So just keep that in mind. There's kind of a 3-day delay there. The next thing, and this is the last thing in the package, is an account monitoring form. Sunwest Trust offers a service to monitor this account for you, and then if you tell us what day of the month you want us to look at the account, we'll look at it, and if the buyer's made their payment, then that's fine. We won't do anything. If the buyer has not made their payment, you are authorizing us to refer that account to an attorney, and the attorney will send a demand letter. So typically we see that filled out maybe 10, 15 days after the payment's due. Keep in mind that if an attorney sends a demand letter, the buyer is going to have to pay that fee, which could be upwards of $125, $150, depending on what the contract says. And so it's not necessarily something you want to send out just, you know, on the 2nd if the payment's due on the 1st. I mean, that's up to you, but you tell us when you want us to monitor the account. We charge $1 a month, so we will just take $1 out of each one of your payments to pay for this service. And then if your buyer is always paying on time, you'll never see this come into play. If your buyer ends up being late and past the date that you tell us on this monitoring service, then a demand letter will go out from an attorney. So those are the things that are in this package. We also include a self-addressed envelope to send any forms back to us, the monitoring, the late notice form, those things. If you choose to use those services, send those forms back to us and we'll get that set up. Be prepared. It will take a couple of weeks for you to get this package after you've closed at the title company. The title company has to have the documents recorded, and then they'll send them over to us. We'll get your account set up and send this package out to you. So if you haven't received it within 2 or 3 weeks, give our office a call and make sure that it didn't get lost in the mail or something.